Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, SSW, and yes, welcome back to another Wednesday live stream. Yes, as the thumbnail suggests, today we're going to be talking everything about combats, and there's a reason behind that. Because we're going to do a competition later, and I actually have a 5-star combat pull ready to be pulled. I was in two minds whether to pull it or not. I was a bit on edge, a bit 50-50, don't know what to do. And we're going to be talking about why I was a bit on the fence of pulling that combat. And also looking at all the combats, best uses, some interesting combos, and maybe some of the reasons why some combats aren't living up to standards, maybe. And just a general chat. So if you've got any questions about combats as well, guys, stick it in the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. But hey, if it's something not even about combats, could be about anything, put it in the chat and I'll do my best to answer it. I have got subscriber mode on. We're going to try that. So we're trying to hit to 4,000 subs. I'm not too sure how many people watch my stream but don't sub. So we're going to do a bit of a test and see. So don't forget, guys, if you want to just ask any questions, you want to take part in the competitions, then make sure you are subscribed. And don't forget, for subscribing, you get a little nice notification on the screen as well. Uh, I just want to give a big shout out to my members as well, everyone that's become a member, and remind everyone that next week's stream we are going to be doing a live competition for all my platinum members to win a $30 gift card. And I've said to everyone that the more platinum members I get, that will go up. And thank you, Grind Time, my biggest supporter and tipper. Big thank you for that. Don't forget, guys, you can tip. It's appreciated if you do, but if you don't, hey, doesn't matter. To be honest with you, subscribing is just as important, honestly. We're trying to get to like getting to 4,000 subs this year, so we're a bit short of that. So hence why we're going to try this. Just try and push people a bit forward to hit that subscribe button, guys. And don't forget, if you do like the video, hit a like button on the video as well. So yeah, a big shout out to my members who are in that competition next week. And while we're on the subject as well, I mean, obviously we've got the likes of Grind Time and Engineer Hoist, our soldier as well. Who does Transformers Addicts, so go and check those out. But I did want to give a mention to a new YouTuber that's just come through. They've only done one video up to now, but I watched the video and I was quite impressed, and it sort of backs up a theory that I had for quite a while. And that YouTuber is Kitty. Go and check the video out, it's doing its rounds. It's all about nose cone, and she sort of talked about the advantages of nose cone and how he can actually be good in a team, which I've said for a long time that nose cone can be of good use in some certain situations, and even though everyone's crying for a buff, in some situations he's really powerful. So go and check that video out, guys. It's a really good video, and go and support all your content creators. So let's see who we've got in the chat. So we didn't actually even have a scramble for first. I mean, Norma is like, I'm first, I'm second, but maybe that's because we put subscriber mode on. Who knows? But the first in the chat was Chris Lewis, good friend of mine. How's it going? A lot of people from my Discord server, which the link will be posted in the chat if you want to join the Discord server and also be in chance of competitions and regular info and things like that, then join my Discord as well. So we've got Risku, the Crusher 11, who's one of my moderators in Discord. Dirk Manis, Stuck in Beta, Jason Rowley, Stay Puffed, obviously Grind Time. How's it going, brother? Matt Polis, we've got the Roly Poly brothers in tonight. Whoop whoop. Banikos Lazarou, I hope I say, you know what, he's here every single week and I hope I say that right. I really do. If not, throw me a DM and let me know. I'm intrigued. Incredible Dog, how's it going? We seem to be very excited about the start of the stream, so good to have you on board. Mike Bergie as well, and there was a crazy part of the chat where Grind Time started singing about a song, and then I don't know how someone guessed what song it was because it made no sense to me. But hey, we've also got Autobot Phil as well. How's it going? Demo Doogie, Calvin, William Edward Hackman. And anyone else in the chat? We've got Sharks here, one of our mods just joining, and Lord Avix, and I think we've got and Hans Omar von Harold Duat. Whoa, that's a long name, but yeah, thanks for joining from Costa Rica. Good to see you. Good to see you. So as always, we'll have a look at the newsletter. We'll go through the event. Go through the the saga, things like that, have a discussion about that, and then we'll get into everything about combats. And so yes, Barwick right now week Nilly Bong, and it's week 5 of 6 in the saga. Um, and this event is called Dark Matter. And in this event, you will get 2,500 4-star shards, 3,000 3-star shards, 10,000 premium shards, 5 gold power cores, 5 combat premium chips, 5 times 500,000 troop XP items, 1 times WFC score, skin core, not score, skin core, 20 million alloy, 20 million energon, 100,000 spark, 70,000 combined spark, 75,000 combat spark, and a partridge in a pear tree. You don't get a partridge in a pear tree. Just saying. But yeah, Super XP as well. We're in a Super XP month. I think is really super. Excuse the pun. But yeah, it's really good that you can play any single event and get Super XP. I think that's a great move from the apes. A good catch-up mechanic to help people catch up. I mean, people can spend every single weekend. I mean, I don't like sitting here saying to people, don't spend, guys. Don't spend any money. It's triple XP. Save your money. I don't like saying that. I'm not saying you have to spend on the game. But it's frustrating for me that we have things like that where we're like, don't spend, do spend, don't spend, and you pick and choose the events not on the rewards but more on the XP. So I think having Super XP across the board is a very good move from the Apes. So I do criticize them a lot, but when they have made good decisions, then I do back them up, and I think that's a really good positive decision from them, and it's good to see. It's the usual battle zones, and you can see that the rewards are spread throughout. In terms of rewards, I think it's pretty good. I would have liked to seen more combat um, chips, more premium combat chips. Although I opened the last combat chips and didn't get much in terms of 4-stars, got a couple of 3-stars, I think. It's still good for lower players. I think, was it 5 we said? 5 combat premium chips is not going to do anything. And I've passed this on to the apes saying, listen, if we're going to do these events, let's have like 20 premium chips. Personally, I'd like to have individual certain bot chips, but I understand about the gotcha system. But I think 5 premium chips, I mean, come on. It's here and there. Considering we're giving a 4-star bot away and then giving 5 2-star dupes as well, it's going to be 5 2-star dupes. Let's be honest. So, yeah. And yes, it was announced in the Discord server that the next bots coming to Earth Wars is Broadside and Apeface. Now, I've seen a lot of discussions about how Broadside is going to be in the game because yes, he is a jet, yes, he's a robot, but he's also an aircraft carrier that stays in the sea. I don't know. We'll wait and see. Sure, the apes will come up with something. Maybe he just swims on land. Some people have said it might be like the aircraft carrier in the Marvel films. Who's to know? But I'm sure we'll find out in due course. We haven't started testing yet. Supposedly, we are going to get the bots later this week. And as always, I will tell you guys as much as I can without giving too much away. But the bots will be ready for next Wednesday's stream, and we'll be able to review them then. Obviously going to be triple changes. We know that already, like I said. Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'll be honest with you, I like Broadside, but I'm more excited for Apeface. He's one of my favourite cons. Maybe even, I might go as far as maybe even my most favourite. Everyone that follows my channel and knows my channel knows that I love Headmasters. I know a lot of people don't, but that was sort of for me. Yes, it was the end of Transformers. Some people think it killed it off, but for me, that was I was still quite young when Transformers was around. I was a very young kid. I think it was about 6 or 7 when Headmasters came out, and that's when I started to understand it more. And to see those huge robots scale that way, and to have a Headmaster that becomes a Headmaster was like mind blown. So I love Headmasters, anything Headmasters. And so, yeah, and Apeface was definitely my favourite Decepticon Headmaster. So, he's definitely up there with the likes of Devastator in terms of my favourite cons. So, I was a bit gutted that the bots don't get him, but I'm glad he's coming to the game, him and Snapdragon both. So yeah, the submodels of Broadside there. We can see him in a bot mode, and we can see him in his aircraft carrier and plane mode. And then we've got the ape face models. Super jealous of this one. I'm not going to lie. If there's one toy I will go out and buy quite soon, it is definitely this guy. I might even get it for Jake for Christmas. I'll just keep it in the box. Might even get it myself for Christmas. But yeah, definitely love this guy. I'm super pleased that he's coming to the game. I'm just interested to see how Broadside will work. Considering we've got a jet on both sides, and then one's a ape and one's an aircraft carrier. So it's going to be interesting anyway. And then we've got the survey results. So I won't go through them too much. But it shows that most people are happy with the game. A lot of people want to see more medics in the game, more specials. Personally, I think we've got enough specials now. It just say we want more triple changes. Yes, I agree with that. We'd like triple changes, but there's not many more to really do, I don't think. Is there? Put it in the chat. Is there any more? Obviously, we've got Ape Face and Broadside, but after that, is there any more triple changes to go through? I'm not too sure there is. Obviously, more medics. Everyone loves more medics, and I don't see why we can't go with more medics now. Optional tiers. Pretty much everyone has said yes or maybe, yes or sometimes, with a low percentage saying no. Do you think there should be tiers for individual events? Lots of people said yes. Optional tiers, sorry. And for the Alliance events, most people like the 500k events with 500 to 800k optional, which I kind of get. That's pretty good if you had Total Spark onto the 500k events. For me, the 500k events are just too short because we could complete that in pretty much a day and a half, maybe 2 days, going very slow with half the alliance not even playing. We could do 2 million events. So 500k event is very slow for us. And then in terms of their individual events, most people have said 10k with 30k optional, 20k on top of that. And how many events should be over 1 million? 50% of people have said none should be over 1 million in the same saga, so two. Personally, I think there should be one at least in every saga. Because the problem you've got, guys, it's all well and good saying let's just have 500k events, but that scales down the prizes. They're not going to give 1,500 5-star shards in a 500k event. Those 1,500 5-star shards have got to be in £1 million events, a million point events, sorry. Not £1 million, jeez. £1 million events. Million point events. Stop it. So, yeah. I understand people don't want to be stretched to huge, long events, but, it is a necessity to get good rewards, so just keep that in mind when you're voting. And then in terms of game updates, the bundles this weekend, there's going to be a combat bundle of Traxxon and Pterodactyl, Flak and Crater Maker, Stripes and Glitch and Gatorface, Rattrap and Vertebrick. I think that'll be some special bots with them. I'm not too sure. I think so. And then Crystal, Snapdragon for bot and con, and the XP core this weekend. Not a fan of the XP core. I have said that. What we got shown originally was a lot better than what we currently have. And I say to everyone, listen, honestly, do not bother with it. I would not buy this XP core. Definitely not. But it is what it is. But yeah, I wouldn't. You got to remember, guys, that if people buy these things that are quite inferior, the apes look and go, "Oh yeah, it's quite good. This bundle, we'll keep it." If people aren't buying it, they'll look at the bundles and think, "Well, maybe we need to improve it," and we'll probably go back to the original setup, what we asked for originally, which we agreed in terms of what the content, what the playtesters sort of asked for, and said this was a good setup, with a lot more coins in what's in it right now. So yeah. And I can see a few people in the chat have said that we need a guaranteed 4-star combat event. The problem is, and I said this to Dale, that they went so long doing nothing where they had no 4-star combat events at all. And then they had that crazy event where they gave everyone multiple 4-stars, pretty much. It was a crazy event. Whereas they guaranteed 2, 3, or 4-star in every pull and give like 50 crystals away or something crazy event. They went over the top, and I said to Dale, I said, why have you done this? Because now what's going to happen is I can't see us doing that event again anytime soon. And so if everyone that got 4 stars in the event, brilliant, cool. Everyone that didn't has now got to wait another 3 or 4 months. Why not just do a guaranteed combat event every month or two, every saga, or every 2 sagas? Let's make it realistic. Every other saga, a guaranteed 4-star combat event. Put it at 800k, even a 1 million, whatever you want to do. But put it wherever and go guaranteed 4-star event. And put it in there. People will play for it. And let's be honest, with the amount of combats in the game right now, a guaranteed 4-star event ain't that bad. So, yeah. Personally, I do want to see that. But I've passed my opinion on. I've passed my, and we'll go from there. Then we've got some art from our good friend Nathan Webb. If you've not checked his comics out, then go and check them out, guys. He's a really cool guy and does some really, really cool drawings. You can see there that his artwork's quite immense. And we've got some artwork from some other Earthworlds players as well. Quite impressive. The artwork's getting better and better each week. We've got Devastator there and Ratchet. Oh, and there, Ratchet looking quite old, but yeah, cool. And as I said, yes, it's week 5 out of 6 with a leaderboard being next weekend. We won't be streaming on leaderboard weekend, sadly. It's literally the busiest day of the work for me in work. It's busy weekend that we can have. So I'm actually having it's the first time I think ever that I'm taking the whole leaderboard off and saying like I'm just taking it off and not playing at all. I normally play for the 5-star shards, but yeah, I just have no time. I am literally working all weekend, so there'll obviously no stream as well, guys. Just to let you know that weekend, regardless. I have said that we are going to stop the Sunday Transformers Earthworld stream. But we are going to be streaming a few other games. So if you do play Clash Royale, if you do play Call of Duty, then hit me up on Discord. I'm going to be setting up my own sort of clans, alliances, whatever you want to call it. And sort of going from there, really, and just sort of playing casually with a few friends. So yes, if you do want to play with me on Clash Royale or play with me on Call of Duty, then hit me up on Discord. And then the following changes that Red Heat and Bomb Shock, the team has corrected issues which caused both bots to get stuck in walls. We will see. I haven't tested it, but we'll see. And then Air Razor and Tombot. Didn't we see the same fixes we pushed to Air Razor last week? Has now been resolved, and you should now see a considerable improvement with both bots. Yes and no. It's very limited which bots can target him now. So although it's better, I still don't think it's fixed personally, but we will see. And Vincent Lee has put a 5-star combine as a good idea. Yes and no. I would like to see 5-star combiners, but I would not like to see 5-star combiners where you have to have all the 5-star bots. So I don't want to get it where you've got to get a 5-star Air Raid and a 5-star Firefly and everything else for a 5-star Superion, because then collecting all them bots is a huge, huge task. And it also means then we're restricting which 5-stars we can have in the game, because you've got to bring out them 5-stars that are part of combiners. So my idea has been in the past that rather than having to get all the 5-star bots, all you need is the 4-star combiner, and then bring out a Enigma of combination. Bring that out, and then you'd be able to attach that to your combiner. But for me, I would probably give it a heavy cost involved. I would make it combiner spark, and say to put the core on the combiners, it probably costs you 50,000 combiner spark. And I'm sure people are going, 50,000 combiner spark? I can't spare that. One, save up. It's a 5-star combiner. It'll probably be a 2 million point event. So if you want it, you've got to do a 2 million point event. It'd probably be available for 5-star shards, like the Omega Supreme part, and then you could only attach it to one, and it means that you're not swapping and changing it, you're not putting it on one and switching to another one and putting another one and messing about like that. It's not fair. What you want to do is get this, this core, and then pick carefully which combiner you want to make a 5-star, and then if you've got to change it, it's going to be a huge cost. So you've got to make a careful choice. And that sort of fits in with the fact that you've got a combiner outpost and you use combiners as well. So it fits in with that to the sense that you've got to make a decision. And I'm a big fan of that. I've always said on my channel that I'm a big fan of choice. Making people choose and then giving people the option to choose. And that's why I'd like to see more cores for defenses, a lot more cores. That's why I would like to be able to, control your base more as well. I would like to see that, but yeah. But that's my idea that I put forward, and hey, well, that's down to the apes then. Simply down to them. But yeah. Okay, well, that's the newsletter covered, so let's go straight into the game. So, yes, everything combats. I do need to apologise. I've got a bit of a cold. No, it's not COVID, before anyone asks. But I have got a bit of a cold, so I've got a bit of the sniffles, but we're going to power through anyway. It's only a bit of a cold. Bit of man flu. So, yes, in terms of combats. So, we'll go through the combats. I mean, I've sort of touched on this before, but obviously we've got some new combats out. I'll talk about my 5-star pull as well, and we'll go from there. So, we could go on the test server, but I wanted to give you guys a true idea on my combats and which ones I've leveled, which ones I haven't. And I'm going to give the reasons why I've leveled them and why I haven't, which bots I've got them on and why. And I mean, I know a lot of people just go, oh yeah, well obviously you're going to put Flak on a flyer and you're going to put Top Shot on a flyer and this guy. Yeah, but why Flak or Top Shot? Why one of those? Why this person? Incredible dogs, but have you got COVID? Listen, it annoys me this when people have a runny nose and I've got COVID. Runny nose is not a COVID symptom. I've had COVID. It was quite bad. It is a thing. This is a cold. I've had many colds throughout my life. This is definitely a cold. So yeah. So yes, obviously my 4 5-star combats is Rung, Top Shot, Taraxodon, and Stripes. Now yes, I'm gonna take them probably to 10. Regardless, because they're 5-stars. Because they're not gonna get. Yes, they might bring a better combat out in the future, but they're still gonna be relevant as 5-stars regardless. So any 5-star combat, you can pretty much take to level 10 within reason. Maybe not all of them, but we'll talk about that. So yes, I mean Rung and Top Shot, absolutely amazing 5-stars, and then obviously Taraxodon on Blaster is immense. Don't forget when you put Taraxodon on Blaster, the damage that his minions do also heals Blaster. So basically, I was in a war the other day. Blaster's health went down to about a third of his health. I was a bit worried. I went, oh no, I've got to use his minions. I have to put his minions, give him a bit of protection, and get him healed. But the problem is my bots had split and my healers were healing a gunner that was fighting some sort of defense over that way somewhere. And so my healers weren't even near Blaster. And all of a sudden, Blaster's health started creeping up, and then by the end of the battle, he was almost at 4 health, just because of his minions healing him for the damage they do. Especially when you got Blaster ability 11, because it increases the amount of damage they do. So Taraxodon coupled with Blaster ability 11 is absolutely amazing. I can't big that up enough. And I was actually talking to Chris Lewis earlier. Any of my platinum members, I sort of give them a personalized service where they can message me at any point and chat to me. Anyone that's not platinum, then I sort of say to them, listen, you got to talk in the chats, things like that. But if you're a platinum member, I will answer through DM whenever I get to it as soon as possible. And that's something I offer, just like I said, for platinum members, just to support them and say thank you. But yeah, I was talking to him earlier and just said, listen, you would not regret giving Blaster ability 11 with Taraxodon. Definitely not. I was not a big fan of Taraxodon, and even when I pulled it, I was like, be alright, not too bad. Now it's one of my favourite combats now on Blaster, and I wouldn't do without it, honestly. It's really up there for me with the likes of Top Shot and Rung. It really is. And then Stripes, I think, is absolutely brilliant. Stripes, basically having I worked it out, was a 3-star healer. So basically, if you've got a 5-star Stripes or a high level 4-star Stripes on your bot, it's like that bot having a 3-star healer dedicated to them. So, that's quite considerable. I've got Rung at level 8. Definitely worth leveling up. Don't forget, do not put Rung on first aid because yes, it increases the healing to one target, but reduces the AoE healing by quite a considerable amount. But the individual healing it gives first aid is like half of what Ratchet and Wheeljack have, and the AoE is like the same as what Ratchet and Wheeljack have. So the problem is that it just gives them a lot less healing. So yes, Rung definitely worth leveling, but not if you've only got first aid. Do not put on first aid. I've put Flak on Blades. Personally, the reason I put Flak on and not Top Shot on Blades is that I use Blades quite a bit. If you've got one bot that you use quite a bit, don't put your most powerful combat on that. And yes, you could argue the case of having your highest DPS bot with the best combat. So if you've got the highest combat and you put on the highest DPS bot, it's going to do the most damage, right? Not necessarily. Don't forget that if you're using Blades constantly, if you're using Blades and using Blades, he's not doing damage while he's in the air. He's not using his basic attack. So if you've got one bot that you use a lot, then you're losing DPS. That bot won't do the DPS with that high DPS combat. So you're probably better putting a lesser combat on the bots you use the most, and then put in your highest combat bot on the bot you use the least special wise. So for example, I used to have Top Shot before we had the 5-star, the 4-star anyway, on tracks because I used to use tracks right at the beginning of the attack and then rarely use it again. So that's a good reason to give that bot your highest combat possible. So if you've got a choice between a 4-star and a 3-star or a 5-star and a 4-star, put it on the bot you're going to use the least. If it's one bot and you think, well, I only use that ability once, then give that your highest DPS combat. And yes, you might lose a bit of DPS compared to the other bot that's a higher level, but then if you're using that special ability always, it's not going to be much use. So keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, try not to give it to a bot that has that you use a lot, that you have an ability that lasts quite a while, anything like that. Don't forget you're losing DPS by doing that. But yeah, Flak, Top Shot, two of the best combats. And don't forget the reason for that is that it increases the range of jets to that of a gunner, or very slightly less, I believe. I believe that Top Shot's range is slightly less than Flak. I've not tested that myself, but I have been told off a good source. So in terms of the exploding defenses that used to cause damage, they wouldn't hit Flak as much as Top Shot. So if the exploding buildings come back again, don't forget that you're better equipping Flak than you are Top Shot. Then we've got Glitch. We'll cover Glitch and Top Heavy. Glitch and Top Heavy both only available for gunners. So yeah, Glitch is basically made for Smokescreen. A lot of the argument is, well, it doesn't increase Smokescreen's range, it keeps it the same. So what's the advantage? Because obviously Top Heavy increases every other gunner's range, and the reason is simply for the damage that it gives. Shoot enemies from long range, yes, that's the same. 26% of a critical strike, and Smokescreen has ridiculous DPS, and so like I said, that's a good reason for putting Glitch on him. It also, because of his low health, keeps him way back. I've considered putting my Micronus on my healers, so it heals my gunners better. And I've actually been toying with a gunner sort of walk in a way. And it's combat with some different results. It does change the pathing of the gunners, so it's something to look out for. They do path a bit strange, but something we're just trying. Spoil Sport is quite a good bot, very good damage, but it just hits a lot of walls. that's the problem with Spoil Sport. But it can be very good. Again, level 8, so definitely worth leveling. Um, Traxodon, again, worth leveling. Got mine on my, I think it's 5 star. Yeah, my 5 star Rhinoc, which is out of the cooker in tomorrow. So yes, he'll be out. I've kept Traxodon on him. Same again. People call it bird on a stick, which I find quite funny. Um, Apparently, bird on a stick and Alchemist on Rhinox is pretty good. So yeah, I'll be covering that and talking about that in one of my streams as well. It sounds a pretty good combo, but we're testing it. Smashdown seems very good on paper. Every 10 seconds, your enemy defenses are stunned for 4.3 seconds. The problem is, it's not every 10 seconds as in like, so every 10 seconds it stuns for 4.3 and then 5.7 seconds later, which is 10 seconds from the start, it happens again. It's 10 seconds, it stuns for 4.3 seconds and then starts again another 10 seconds. So in essence, it's kind of like 15 seconds. And upgrading that means that it actually increases the duration more. So Smashdown isn't that great, to be honest with you. The more you level it, the kind of worse it is in a way. It's not brilliant. Shaq said, "Oh, I missed Top Heavy." Top Heavy is very good at the line. The problem with Top Heavy is the fact that it's random. Because you can't aim it, it can actually shoot off the map and not hit anything. So although it does absolute crazy damage, 215% of the bot's damage in a straight line, the target and beyond, it's hard to obviously just keep that in a line. We've got Night Stalker as well. The problem with Night Stalker is simply scale. HQ 17, he does okay, it doesn't do too bad, but as the HQs will increase his health, I mean 10,000 health right now is about gunner health, bit over gunner health really, so not amazing, but okay. And for a frontline bot, it goes invisible, so it ain't too bad. But you got to think that when level 70 gets brought out for bots, which I think it will when HU18 comes out, I'm just presuming, you'll need more HP as the damage increases, and Night Stalker just won't last as long. And so I'm not a fan of bots that don't scale like that. I'm not a fan of bots that have static health, like X amount of health. I like bots personally that hack because that will scale. Hack bots that give a percentage of damage or percentage of healing because they will, increase and with the as the bots go level up. So yeah, for that reason, not a big fan of Night Stalker. We've got Stripes on first aid. Like I said, Stripes is a great combat. Top Shot, probably the best combat in the game, in my opinion. Very good. Whether you have two Top Shots together or not in your team is, it all depends basically. If you can path your bots perfectly to all stay together, then you're probably better having Top Shot on Flak or two Flaks and Top Shot. But having two Top Shots, if your bots path perfectly, is not worthwhile because they don't stack on top of each other. Not the AoE damage from what I can remember anyway. But if they separate even slightly, that means you're doing double the damage. You're doing that damage to two defenses, so it's definitely worth it. So it all depends on pathing. Sound barrier for me is still broken, still doesn't work. 15% reduced damage from all sources. It's a better area, it works better. But every 15 seconds, the bot just stands there. So if you put it on Rook, who, let's be honest, if you've got Rook, if you've got a warrior at the front of your team, he is there for one reason mostly, or the main thing is to take the damage, to take the hits so your gunners don't. That's his primary, role. Yes, they can pop outposts and they can do whatever else and whatever. It depends on whatever warrior you've got. But the primary role of warriors is to take the hits. Now, when they have sound barrier equipped every 15 seconds, they just stop for about 5 seconds or 4 seconds, whatever it is. Now, they've said they're going to address this, but right now, as of now, sound barrier just stops the bot. The rest of your bots walk past him and he fades into the background. And right there, he is not doing his job, which is taking the hits. And then Calvin's asked why have I got him on Goldfire. The honest truth is, because there's no other bot really for Goldfire. That's it, literally it. No other reason. It doesn't really work that well, really. So, not a big fan of it, really. Lionizer is okay. Increases normal damage by 11.5% and blasts enemies in a line. So, yeah, it's not too bad. I put it on Slash to give that bit extra damage, but it's not that considerable, really. I'd like to know that blast enemies in a line, exactly how much it is. I'd like that to be increased, personally, as a percentage of the bots. DPS maybe. But for me, Lionizer needs a bit of improvement. It's not amazing. It's not awful, but it's not amazing either. Then we've got Dial. Dial was very similar to Night Stalker, but with a lot lower health, more DPS. But the problem is that he dies pretty quick because he's got low health. So, not a big fan of Dial. And for the same reason as Night Stalker, he's not going to scale with HQ 18, so it's not really worth the investment. Then we got Red Heat. Yes, Red Heat was, was okay. One of the few combats that came out of the package, and all the content, all the playtesters, sorry, not content creators, all the playtesters was like, yeah, this guy's all right. This guy's pretty good. Apart from the humping world, which supposedly got fixed. I'm hoping. Um, but yeah, it's quite considerable DPS, 253 DPS per second from a distance. So if you are using a gunner team, like I mentioned, Red Heat would be pretty good. Having a couple of Red Heats, so having three gunners sat back with Red Heat adding that extra DPS would be pretty cool. Fire Drive for me, it's all about his damage is not enough and his range is too small. Plain and simple. That's the one reason why I'm not a big fan of him. The problem is that he does great damage to walls, but nothing different than what Top Shot does. So Fire Drive is okay. He's not bad, but not great. Trenchfoot is very good on bots with like EMP and acid and fire, but I think the problem is that a lot of the bots that have fire do that at range, and because Trenchfoot is quite a close combat bot, then doesn't take advantage of that much, other than the likes of Chromie, but then you lose your stun. Same Bumblebee, you lose the individual stun. So there's reasons not to use Trenchfoot. Yes, some people swear by him, but I'm not that much of a fan. I mean, 1.3 times more damage to targets under fire, acid, and EMP and speed reduction. I mean, how many bots are in the meta that have fire, acid, EMP, or speed reduction that's close to the bot and doesn't have a stun as their basic attack? Fire? Snapdragon, maybe? I'm struggling. Can you guys think of anyone? Can you think of any bot that has a fire ability, that the fire ability is close to the bot, is used close to them, and doesn't take away any kind of stun? Doesn't does Rust Dust have a stun ability? I know she's a scout, but that's one bot I can think of that has a fire ability that's quite close to her. It's not got a big cast range. Sunstreaker, no. Six Shot, no. Sharks Sport, has anyone who has speed reduction ever been in the meta? No, not really. No, exactly. Um, Calvin's put Megatronus. Yes, Megatronus. You can put Megatronus with it. It does work well with Megatronus. That is a good point. Um, Rust does stuns, so yeah, it's not worth it. Bone Crusher. Yeah, but Bone Crusher rushes to a target and leaves fire behind him. So yes, it's a close AoE, but then it's behind him. So why would you want to take out structures behind you? I'm not a big fan of that. Paramagna for the same reason. Optimal, yeah, Optimal. Can Optimal have Trenchfoot? I'm not too sure. I haven't got Optimal, I don't think actually, but we'll have a look. I don't think you can go on Optimal. I'm sure I've got a 3-star Optimal. I'm sure I have. I don't think it can be equipped on Optimal. That's why. So no, not Optimal. But you see what I'm getting at. It can't go on Rhinox either. Gunners, Jets, and Special Bots. That is it. And only certain Special Bots because it could even go on Elita. So, but anyway, you get the point. You get the point anyway. Don't want to keep going through them all. Yes, Sideswipe can, but is Sideswipe part of the meta? No, he isn't. Um, yeah, and Super Scott's put Grimlock, but Grimlock's a passive. You can't always take advantage of it. You get where I'm going with this. Although it's a decent idea, there's not enough bots to take advantage of it, and that's the big problem. Um, there you go. Rat Trap. For me, the damage it does, where every 3 seconds deals 100% of the bot's DPS, is quite decent. But the hack and EMP immunity, I get that people struggle with Chromia, but if you really know how to deal with Chromia, if you're talking wars, you look at the war, you go and scout the war, you scout the base, and then you decide, okay, this is how I'm going to attack it. When I reach Chromia, this is how I'm going to get through that. Whether it's a sacrifice, dropping the combiner, whether it's taking it out with a jet or a different special ability. And so for me, having a bot that adds hack and EMP immunity just to one bot, it's not ideal really. There's other ways that you could do it rather than rely on a combat, and it means taking probably a decent combat off. So if I take it out with a jet personally, and I thought, oh well, I could put it on my jet, but then that's not going to give him any sort of increase in DPS to the range. So it's not going to work on a jet. Okay, I'll put it on a tank. Okay, so what tank have I got where I'm going to put a combat on, and that will help him to take out the tower. Laser Optimus, Rhinox. I'm struggling to be honest with you. So again, it's about other combats being better, really. Shieldron has the same problems as Sound Barrier in terms of holding the bots back, but it seemed pretty decent on testing. Not amazing, but did seem, okay, not bad. Yeah, to be seen how good it is in wars. Um, blocking a certain amount of damage that it does. But again, it's every 15 seconds, but it does last 7 seconds, which is a lot longer than Sound Barrier does. So because of the increase in time, that makes it a bit better. So we'll have to see how it goes. Is there anyone that I've missed? I think that's everyone. I think we've covered it all. But yeah. But talking about in terms of combats, I was in the playtest chat and I was saying that, you know, since Flak and Top Shot was released, we've not had really any good combats. And someone came in the chat and said, I'll come back to Air Raise in a minute. Someone came into the chat and said, well, I don't think there's any good combats. I don't think the new combat's been poor. I think the problem is that the earlier combats were too good. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute, but that is basically the problem. But yes, as we said about Air Razor, I've got a 2-star Air Razor, yeah. Air Razor is okay, a bit of a pain, especially outpost right now, so probably a good bot to put in your outpost. But outside of that, speed reduction is not a great thing in the game. As I said, it's not part of the meta. I did say this. So it's got quite low health, really, but decent damage. But smites, everyone prefers the old Titan beams rather than the smites. So yeah, not a big fan. Yes, I did aimless rescue. Basically, that is where is it? Fire drive. Aimless is basically fire drive. His range needs increasing, definitely. Hands, oh my, no, you can't level a 1-star to a 2-star. You need to collect the 2 stars and the 3 stars and the 4 stars and the 5 stars. Yeah. Shax's Spoil Sport is not aimless, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Am I wrong? Oh no, I stand corrected. Yes. Aimless is Spoil Sport. Oh, Blowpipe. Sorry, Blowpipe is Fire Drive. Sorry, yes. Yes, I apologize. I just knew it was someone I like. Like I said, headmasters. I do like aimless. I do like blowpipe for the same reason. You see there, I've got those 4-star combats from free chips that I don't even use. Level 1. Shame. Yes, it is Spell Sport. Apologies. I'm not up on my cons, not the best. So yes, it is. Fire Drive is blowpipe. I apologise. But yeah, I think that's the big problem with combats now, is that most of the combats are alright. They're not bad. But because Flak and Top Shot are so good, all the rest of the combats just seem a bit meh. And I think that they set the bar too high. And I don't know what happened when the apes put this into testing and when the apes sort of did the numbers, because we've had it very much in the past where we balanced something as playtesters and gone, yeah, this is great. And the apes then have gone and they've come up and they quoted this. I quote this direct there. We've ran the numbers and sadly the damage is too high. We need to reduce it. I don't know what numbers they are. They must have some sort of formula. And then sometimes we produce something, I think it's good, and they reduce it for whatever reason. Well, if that's the case, then why did that not happen with Top Shot and Flak? Why did they not look at Top Shot and Flak and go, right, hang on a minute. These bots are off the scale. These bots are ridiculous. So we need to reduce this down. Because if you really think about it, if you take away Top Shot out of the game, let's take away Top Shot. Let's get them, put them in a box, seal the box, Top Shot, Flak, in the box, gone. Outside of that, what combats have we got that are absolutely very, very, very good? That are like game breaking. And I think that's a problem maybe with Fire Drive. The fact that Top Shot is so good against walls, why would you need Fire Drive? Now, if Fire Drive did amazing DPS against walls and the other combats didn't, if time traps came back, you might say, well, I'm going to use Fire Drive. I'm going to put Fire Drive in my team because I want to get through walls because no other combat can get through walls like Fire Drive can. But the problem is that, like I said, Top Shot does better damage to walls than Fire Drive ever would. And that makes Fire Drive irrelevant. So, you know, I think that's a big problem in the game is Top Shot and Flak. Now, I ain't going to scream for us. No nerf grind time. Not a chance. And he says that the apes don't listen to me. And I can talk a bit about that as well. I don't mind. But you know, Top Shot and Flak, you know, they're just too good. They're just too good, sadly. And they've set the bar too high too soon. And that's made that all the rest of the combats come out. You're like, yeah, it's not as good as Top Shot and Flak. And this sort of leads me on to my philosophy about the game. And right or wrong, this is my philosophy. So, in every mobile game that I've pretty much played, there's a thing called power creep. Now, a power creep is where when the game comes out, X is relevant. X. And then as the game progresses, X slowly but surely becomes a bit less relevant, and then Y comes in. And Y is the relevant thing. And everyone wants Y. And then as the game progresses on, X becomes pretty much irrelevant. Y, less relevant. And then Z is the more relevant thing. That's the new thing. And it keeps people interested because it keeps people chasing new content. And new content should always be better than old content. So people want that content. And what that does as well is that new players come into the game. If they chase the new content, they can catch up a lot faster to older players because older players have got that old content. And that old content at the time did a great job for them. It worked because it got them to that level and got them all the resources, and they'll always have that advantage. But then newer players can get Z just as easy as the top players. The top players want Z to keep up with the meta, to keep up with the game. New players don't need to chase X. They don't need to chase Y. They could just go for Z. And that's not apparent in the game because I looked back and said in 2018, I'm going to actually get this up if I can. Give me a second. Because this was, I actually looked into this and even I was quite amazed. So I looked back to 2018, compared it to 2020. So in 2018, give or take, we had Skylinks, Warpath, Elita 1, Trax, Inferno, Tigerhawk, Sentius Magnus, Slash, Sandstorm, and Goldfire. They all came out in 2018. What a year for bots. Skylink's an amazing bot, especially for lower players. Absolutely incredible. Warpath, especially as a 5-star, still relevant now, even not as relevant as he was, but still a great bot. Elite 1, absolutely amazing bot. Maybe not as good as she was, but still amazing at lower levels. Trax is probably one of the most powerful bots in the game. Inferno, still a great bot. Tigerhawk, probably better than Swoop, but because everyone's got a Swoop, is not high level, but still a great bot. Sentius Magnus is still in people's war teams, you see it all the time. Slash, still an incredible bot for leveling. Sandstorm, a bit lower cost, to be absolutely incredible. His healing is ridiculous. And then Goldfire, one of the most popular and one of the most, best bots in the game. That was 2018. So that's just 10 bots that I picked out of that in a row that came out. Yes, Rodimus came out. I think Springer came out as well. Cosmos, so and Streetwise. Yes, there was a few bad ones. Not every single bot can be great. I get that. I understand. But you've got there 10 amazing bots. And then we go back to 2020. We've got Nose Cone, Dinobot, Brainstorm, Six Gun, Chromia, fair enough. Lightspeed, Double Dealer, Afterbreaker, Trailbreaker, Scattershot. So there's another 10 bots, like I said, exactly the same. That was a full year. Dinobot, Nosecone, Brainstorm, Six Gun, Chromia, Lightspeed, Double Dealer, Afterbreaker, Trailbreaker, Scattershot. That was 2020. Strafe was, well, December, January, so we can maybe include him. Scattershot was December the following that year, so maybe. But you get the idea that taking a section of 10 bots out of last year and 10 bots 2018, they don't compare. They don't, why would you want last year's bots that just come out when bots from 3 years ago now are better? And someone said, well, Beast Wars Prowl is probably better than Cheetor. But what you've got to think as well is that if you've got Cheetor, Cheetor's been out since 2017, I think. Something like that. So if you've got Cheetor since 2017 and you like him, chances are he's going to be leveled up to probably around level 50 odd or 60 right now. So does Beast Wars Prowl give you enough advantage over Cheetor to get rid of Cheetor and level him all the way to say 60-10 when you've got Cheetor at 60-10? No, it doesn't. Grapple. If you've got a Rook at level 61-10, 60-10, whatever it is, you put all that spark and time and effort into leveling him, are you going to level Grapple? Does Grapple give you enough of an edge over Rook to warrant leveling that bot all the way from 0 up to 61-10? No, it doesn't. So, same with Beast Wars Silver Ball, Optimus, Beast Wars Ironhide, all for the same reasons. New content should always, always, always be better than old content. I get there might be one or two. I get that every bot can be perfect. There's balancing issues, maybe. I understand that, but as a general rule, that's how I see the game progressing. And the problem is that in terms of power creep, you can't keep everyone happy. If you have power creep in the game, then that means that people will always chase new content, but lower level players get quite annoyed that bots they had for the last 2 years they've worked hard for isn't relevant anymore. So you lose some lower level players. Those that are hardcore, and I'm not saying spending, I'm saying hardcore as in completing events and doing well in events, I mean good alliances. Those guys need that power creep. Lower level players, maybe not. Vice versa though, take that away and switch it round. Without power creep, you have players that have bots from 3 years ago that are still relevant in the game. So you don't need new content. And so what happens then is people stop spending. People stop buying new bots. You know, people still use bots from ages ago. Sound familiar? It should, because that's what's happening in the game right now. There's no creep in power, and so no one wants Beast Wars Ironhide or Optimus, Silverbolt, Beast Wars Prowl, Snapdragon maybe, Grapple no, Hoist no, Scattershot, Trailbreaker, Double D. The last bot that I actually wanted and I got was Chromia, and that was last April, May. I think it was May. Might be a month out, might be June, but May or June. So you're talking about 14 months ago. And people said, well, you've got all these 5 stars. Of course you don't want these bots. Okay, Six Gun is not in my war team. But Six Gun is level 58. 58-7, I think he is. Snapdragon is not on my war team. He's level 58, 57. Somewhere around that. Chromia is only in my outpost. She's not on my war team. She's level 62. 62. I've spent on all these bots. I spent on Rook as a 4-star as well. For the same reason that he was good as a 4-star. Doesn't matter if I've got 5 stars. I'll still use them in teams and for leveling and until I've got that 5-star. And low level players will as well. You know, it doesn't matter if you've got 5 stars or not. If they're good, people will level them. But they're the only bots that I've leveled in the last year. And it gets to the point where high level players don't chase new content and they stop spending on the game. And yes, it keeps people at lower levels happy because they have bots from 3 years ago that are still relevant. But they're not spending either because they've got all the bots they need. They can just keep leveling them. So new players are not spending, old players are not spending. That only goes one way. When the apes don't make any money, that's when the game dies. And that's because that's just the truth. That's just a fact of the matter. This is a business. Yes, we see it as a game, but to the apes, it is a business that they need. So, you know, we need power creep in the game. We need the game to get harder constantly. The problem is that it's not got harder for a long time. It needs every 6 months to get harder, and we need to be bringing out better and better and better and better bots to deal with that increase in health and increase how hard it is. And we want new players to purchase the new items. That's what we want. We don't want someone to buy Beast Wars Prowl and they go, oh my god, I've got Beast Wars Prowl, I'm so buzzing. And then someone goes, yeah, but I've got Cheetos just as good and I've had him for 3 years. And they're like, oh right, well I'm not going to bother then. You don't want that. You want someone to go, I've got Beast Wars Prowl. You want the Alliance to go, oh wow, like, I want that guy as well. How many times have you been in an Alliance chat and someone's gone, look at this, I've just pulled this 4-star out of a $10 bundle. Look how many 4-stars I got out of this $40 bundle. And you go, actually, I think I might have a go at that then. I think I might try that. Because you've seen their good luck, because you've seen what they've got out of it. And same with the new bots. When you see people using new bots, if I was on this chat right now saying, look at this guys, Beast Wars Ironhide is in my war team as a 4-star, how many of you would go, I'm going to try and get that guy. I'm going to go out and try and get him, and I'm going to try and war team because Wozza uses him, and look how many 5-stars he's got. I'm not saying he's better than this, but if I use him, then he must be good. And I'm not saying, people said that, oh, so you want 4-stars to be as good as 5-stars. Not really. I would like new 4-stars to probably be as good as batch 1. In reality, don't buff batch 1. Leave batch 1 as it is. Because it's been there for about 5-6 years now. It's old content. And the new 4-stars should be that good. But nowhere near the new 5-stars. Let's be honest, the new 5-stars are absolutely incredible and should be. And the new 4-stars shouldn't get near them. They should be as good as the old 5-stars. So it's like a 4.5-star in a way. And someone said, yeah, but then that's a problem. Then 5-stars become overpowered. That's where you increase defense. So yes, you increase 4-stars, but that means you increase 5-stars, and that means you increase defense in the line. And then someone said, yeah, well, the apes don't have time for that. That's the problem as well. That the apes need to have a team in place where they can keep up with this content. And I'm not saying churn out HQ every 6 months, but I'm saying that every 6 months bring something new to the game, which is a bit more powerful. Bring new cores out. In 6 months, bring new cores out. 6 months after that, bring something else out into the defense. put an extra outpost in the game. Because I talked about that as well, that the map is getting clustered, it's struggling for space. And I said we can't add more defences. So we need to make the current defences better and harder. But you can add outposts because outposts can't be rushed to. And you can put them pretty much anywhere on the map. And so adding more outposts means you need more outpost bots, which means you level more bots. I mean, I could go on all day about this. It's a massive sort of chat we had in the playtest chat. And like Mike Burgess put there, a good point. Fabian can't do that alone. I totally agree. And I just want to go out there and say, listen, I don't blame the apes for the way the game's gone. I really don't. I don't blame Yanis or Fabian or Hyro or Dale. I really don't. My frustrations go to them because they're my point of contact. But I don't blame them. I blame the system that's in place of having 4 people on a game this size managing this game. They need more people on the game. And I believe they got a few more people in because Fabian went off sick. And my point was, why has it got to get to the point where Fabian's going off sick, and I hope he is actually well, so I put out as well, that then they go, oh, well, maybe we need a help. Well, why did we not do this 6 months ago? Why 6 months ago did we say, listen, whatever we're doing is not working? I believe there's been some setbacks in the past, fair enough. But for example, if I'm short-staffed, I'll ask someone else saying, listen, I'm short-staffed because something's happened. Can I borrow some staff off you for a week? Just to alleviate some of the pressure. Yeah, sure. How many staff do you need? I need 3, right? One from there, one from there, one from there. They come and help me out for a week or two to alleviate some of the pressure. If there's a big event on or something big, they come in and help me out. Then they go back again. Right, okay, cheers, guys. Appreciate the help. I'm okay now. So why can they not do that? Why can they not grab some help in from other places? Yes, they are on other games, but let's be honest. This is Transformers. This is SpaceX's biggest game, probably their biggest money earning, maybe, but definitely their flagship game right now. It needs some investment, and not investment in terms of anything else, but time. It needs an investment in time. That's what it needs. But I've got a couple questions in the chat as well. Yes, exactly. A good point from Mike Berger. Remember Ability 11? Supposed to have all of them by the end of the year. It was supposed to be one every month. And I believe we're up to number 6 within 10, was it 5 within 10 months? Something like that. Yes, they haven't kept up with that. Again, Ability 11 have been put back because of Titans. The new 5-star batch that supposedly we've been asking for been put back because of Titans. The nose cone buff was put back because of Titans. All these things, war improvements, put back because of Titans. And I said in the chat, I really, really, really hope Titans are this amazing thing that's going to rejuvenate the game. Because if not, then we've literally wasted the last 6 months. Honestly, I do feel that. I honestly feel like a lot hinges on the Titans. A lot. In terms of balance, in terms of how effective they are, in terms of keeping people interested. It really, really does depend a lot on these Titans. And I hope that, the effort they put in is really worth it. And listen, I will be the first to come on my stream and say, you know what, guys, I would love it to come on this stream and say, you know what, guys, all this heartache of waiting for the game to improve, all these things put back has been worth it because Titans are immense and I'm super impressed. And I'd love that because I don't like being negative all the time. But it's hard to be positive when they say, oh, Titans should be out by September. And they're not. And then they say end of September, and we've not even started testing yet. So Titan's been put back. And then when they say, oh, we'll have a Ability 11 done by the end of the year, and it's put back because of Titans, and all these things have been put back and put back and put back because of Titans. So you're like, let's just get these Titans out. Jeez, get them out. Get them done. We want to progress with the game. And they've so big these Titans up so much. They've got to be big. They've got to be big. Anthony Joyce asks, can we use Metroplex and Fort Max? It will be Metroplex that we use. If you want to check them out, go and check out my Titans trailer on my channel. That will give you the idea of how they're going to be used. That's all we've got up to now is a few short videos and screenshots and things like that. But go and check out that Titan trailer. But there should be more coming soon, I hope. But yeah, for now, Titans need to be immense, and I think they're going to be very difficult to balance. How do you balance something that's as big as a base? You can't let them take out a base. So will they take out one defense? A Titan taking out one defense, really? I mean, come on, they could probably take out 4 or 5, really. But then, how does a Titan and a Titan attack each other? I mean, a lot of people are saying that the Titans, what they saw of them, is just a distraction. It's like a background battle that you have no control over. So I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical. Dennis Creek is asking about a 5-star Skylinks. We are talking to the Apes currently about pushing for a 5-star batch out before Christmas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get onto all the content creators, especially Grind Time, myself, and Engineer Hoist. We may ask a few other guys to sort of jump in and help us out. And we're going to have a prediction video and get everyone on board. The more people we have, the better. I might even reach out to, like I said, Kitty, who's a new content creator, and Soldier as well. And we'll have a go and see who guesses right. And yeah, it's a bit of fun between us all, and we can sort of speculate. But I think I'm going to win this time. You know, I'm pretty confident, you know, but yeah, that's to be seen. But yeah, it's a bit of fun between the content creators, and we'll go from there. And yeah, I'm hoping it's going to be an amazing batch, and I did say previously that I would love to see Dust Up as a 5-star, and everyone was like, Dust Up? Why do you want Dust Up as a 5-star? So a bit of history lesson. When we put Laser Optimus and Blades and Smokescreen into batch 7, is it? 7, I think. Everyone's like, oh my god, I'm not touching this batch. This is ridiculous. Honestly, Jetfire's alright, Rhinox isn't that good, and then those 3 are absolutely awful. And let's be honest, we buffed the hell out of them. We buffed the hell out of them. And Blades is absolutely immense. Like, Optimus is immense, Smokescreen's immense, Jetfire is great, Rhinox is immense. Probably the best batch in the game. And then the last batch came out, and everyone was like, oh my god, Sea Spray's awful, Bumblebee in a batch, and Impactor. Oh, that is crazy. I'm never pulling for this batch. I want Swoop, that's it. Swoop's the worst bot in the batch now. That's the truth. Because Impactor's immense in terms of Zone 14. He can take Zone 14 out at ability 11 with Amalgamus on his own, which is crazy. The fact that you've got Sea Spray, which is ridiculous. You know, ridiculous. Bumblebee's immense, honestly. Rook even is on my war team. So Rook, B, and Sea Spray are on my war team. And then from the last batch, I've got Jetfire and Blade on my war team. So half my war team is from the last 2 batches. So when I say I want Dust Up in it, I don't mean Dust Up as he is right now. I don't mean that Dust Up. I mean Dust Up how he's, or she, is going to be. Dust Up and Vortex. So let's quadruple the damage. Let's give them ridiculous damage in an area. Let's make it stun. I don't know. Like I said, but you know, don't be worried, guys. When the 5-star batch gets announced, we are going to be hitting it. We're not going to accept that these 5-stars are mediocre. They need to be as good as the last batch. That's what I said in the last batch. I went, listen, this batch needs to be as good as batch 7. I was like, no, that's not possible. I think it is. I think it's not far off. It's a good, you know, battle pushing a 2. And that's the standard we need to make. And that's what I'm hoping for. They've also said they're going to try and get Ability 11 out before Christmas. So I'm hoping Ability 11 out before Christmas. A new 5-star batch for Christmas. And war improvements all hopefully coming before Christmas. So, and then Titans as well. So hopefully there's a lot of things coming in the game. And Dale assures me that they're working on a lot behind the scenes. And that's one of the few reasons where I'm like, okay, I'll keep at it. I will keep playing this game for thinking, because right now it's quite stale, and you're thinking, well, other than wars, what is there? Events, I don't need to level my bots. I have 300 most wars, so I don't need to level them. I don't need new combats. I've got the best ones, so I don't need to buy combat bundles. I don't need more bots. I don't need more 5-stars. So I don't need bot bundles, so I don't need to spend anything. I don't need to play the game. I'm just playing it for fun now. That's it. Was, but so what's the point? But I'm playing it for two reasons: that I do enjoy the community. I love doing my streams, and the second reason is for hope that the game is going to start to get better. And yes, I'm hoping that starts soon, and then we can crack on again and start doing some regular content again and be more positive about the game. That's what we want. We want to be positive about the game and seeing how good it is. Not sat here moaning like I have for the last half an hour. But again, it's hard to be positive about the game when there's very little happening in the game and very little progression. But anyway. So, as usual, we'll claim that. We have a 5-star chip. So, looking at the batches, I've got Traxxas, like I said. I would like Flak, but I don't want these three guys. These three guys will be a waste. A complete and utter waste. I would never use them. So, it's a 1 in 4 chance. So, I'm not a fan of that. We've got Rung and Top Shot, which are pick of the bunch. So, I've got a 0 in 3 chance. So, we're not going that batch. Now, I was going to wait, because when we lower this batch down, we've got Glitch, Sound Barrier, Top Heavy, and Red Heat, because it'll cut off here as 5. So Glitch, Sound Barrier, Top Heavy, and Red Heat. And then the next batch will be Spoil Sport, Rat Trap, Air Razor, and Shield Run, and the next one. And then I thought, out of that batch, I don't want Rat Trap, I don't want Shield Run as he is. I don't want Air Razor. So there's 3 already that I don't want. So unless the next combat is absolutely immense, I wouldn't really want that batch. And so I thought, well, I do want Spoil Sport. So at least if I pull it now, I've got a chance at Spoil Sport. So I wouldn't mind Spoil Sport. He's on my Bumblebee, I think. Bumblebee's in and out my war team at the minute. I have started using Goldfire a bit more. Just to guarantee the 300s, I was trying different things, but sadly, as boring as it is, Goldfire does sort of guarantee 300s, so we're going to stick with that. But I do like Spoil Sport on my Bumblebee. Red Heat, if it's been fixed, not too bad. Top Heavies on my Sea Spray, love Top Heavy, absolutely brilliant. Glitch is on my Smoke Screen, could be good against Combiners maybe. We'll see. So yes, I'm gonna have a pull out of this batch. I'm hoping for Top Heavy. Top Heavy will be the jackpot for me. And then after that, if I get Spoil Sport on Glitch, I'd be okay with that. After that, Red Heat, not too bad. I don't want Sound Barrier and Rat Trap. They're the 2 that I don't want. As long as I don't get Sound Barrier, as long as I don't get Rat Trap, I'll be quite happy. And I was going to wait, like I said, till they get split up the batches, because that takes away one that I want and one that I don't want. But as always, guys, we're going to do a competition for some Sunstreaker Wozza Stash Crystals. So if you want to be within a chance of a Sunstreaker Wozza Stash Crystal, all you got to do is put in the chat, as always, who you think I'm going to pull. And I'm going to do a bit of a deal. So I think I've got 5 codes to give away, I think. So if we have 4 or 5 winners, 3, 4, 5 winners, then yeah, that's fine. We'll give a code each. If there's anything less than 3 winners, we'll give them 2 codes each. So yeah. So it might be worth voting for one that someone hasn't voted for. So we've got a few Spoil Sports already, a couple of glitches, a couple of Red Heats, more. Only 1 Rat Trap, so not everyone's saying Rat Trap. Only 1 person up to now said Rat Trap. So yeah, who are we gonna get? Glitch, Sound Barrier, Top Heavy, Red Heat, Spoil Sport, or Rat Trap? While waiting for some votes to come in, I will pull a couple of freebie crystals in the meantime. So don't forget, guys, if you can't chat, it's because you're not subscribed. If you subscribe to the channel, then you can chat and take part in the competition. So if you want to take part in the competition, I'll give you a minute to hit that subscribe button, guys. And yeah. Timder, yes, it was 99 premiums. I'm just saving up because I don't need any bots. So yeah, just saving them. Why not? I'm going. I'll save my freebies just for the hell of it, just because I've got no reason not to. So there's sound barrier, and there's Setcom one, which is aimless. Talking about aimless. Okay, we're gonna give it another 10 seconds for everyone to get their guesses in. And competition closed. No more guesses after my comment. So, what we are going to do, guys, if we do have more than 5 winners, I'll speak to Dale, see if we can get 1 or 2 more codes. Or at the worst, it might mean waiting a while, but we'll see what Dale says. But yeah, no, it wasn't the 5-star pull. I'm not gonna get a 5-star dupe. If only, eh? And then you get a 6-star. Okay, so we're going with this batch. Let's do it. And then we get meme time where everyone takes pictures of my face for memes. But hey, it's good fun. So we want top heavy. We want top heavy. That's what we want. Here we go. Top heavy or small sport. Glitch. Not bad, not bad. He'll go on my smoke screen, make him more immense, and maybe he becomes a part of the war team. So again, not pick of the bunch, but I have avoided a really poor one. But that leaves me in a predicament now, to the point where I want top heavy. But out of that batch, that'll be the 5 there. 1 in 3 chance of getting top heavy. So the next one could be interesting. I think we'll probably still go for it again, I think. But yes, congratulations everyone that said glitch. To get your prize, hit me up on Discord and just say, hey Wozza, my name is X person from the stream. And I'm just claiming my code because I guessed glitch. And I'm sure that one of the mods will sort of take some screenshots of those that have won. We'll get a list together. And as long as your name is on that list, then yeah. And William Edwin Hatman has said that he likes Glitch. He has it on his Warpath. Yes, Glitch is definitely good on anyone with good range. So yes, Warpath, Smoke Screen, and Sea Spray. Other than that, personally, I wouldn't have Glitch on a gunner. But yeah, it's a decent combat. But yeah, don't forget to hit me up. So don't forget, guys, this Sunday we're probably going to do a stream on something else. Depends if it's all ready. I've started the process of creating backdrops and loading screens for my whatever game I'm doing. So that will happen this Sunday. I'm not too sure. Should I do Call of Duty? Should I do Clash Royale? Should I do another game? Let me know on my Discord, or send me a message online or through YouTube on any games that you think I should cover, maybe. But yeah, I'm looking at something else to play on the side just to keep me entertained on Sunday, because there's not much happening in Earth Wars right now on Sundays. So I find that I'm just going, well, I'll just do a bit of event leveling. Well, events are over by Sunday for me, so I'm a bit like, maybe, maybe not. I can see Risk is putting Lord of the Rings, so maybe. Laser 83, maybe Warzone. I'll play Warzone if I can play with a few players. We can get a bit of a clan together and we'll go on together and work together. But if it's just on my own, then I'll just go on Call of Duty. Hammertail's put Among Us. I haven't even thought about that. I did play Among Us quite a while. It was quite good. Matt Polish put GoldenEye 64. I probably could, But oh my, I'll tell you honestly. I played it on an emulator the other day. Oh my god, it's so bad. So bad. It was that bad that I was like, it sort of ruined it for me. Because I was like, oh my god, I remember it being so much better than this. The graphics are so poor. It was such a shame. It really was. It makes me sad just thinking about it. But yeah, it was so good, GoldenEye as a game. But yeah. But yeah, we are planning on doing some more games. Like I said, I've done Clash Royale for now. That's the game I'm playing right now. Call of Duty, that's another game I'm playing right now. I am playing FIFA, but I understand that a lot of Americans um, don't play FIFA, don't play football. So, yeah. Mike Berg is, how do you become a platinum member? Well, I'm sure one of the moderators will pop it in the chat. But if you can't, then all you have to do is go to my page and click on become a member, and go from there. Yeah, I think it's about $9, $10 a month, I think it is. And if you are a platinum member, like I said, every other month we go in and do a draw. I might do $30 every month. I might increase that. I might increase duration to do it every single month. The more members I get, the more I'll give away. It's simple as that, guys. And then obviously you get priority on pretty much everything. You get priority on messages, priority on any advice, and then you can join me in games and play more often. I'll try and invite people in here and there, but again, platinum members will always get a priority. Um, but yeah, Halo. I only have a PlayStation, so it's anything on PlayStation, anything on Android, basically. But yeah, GoldenEye does look bad. It really does. It's a shame. But yeah, Resident Evil was such a good game. Resident Evil 1 and 2. It started to go a bit downhill after there. Uh, yeah, it wasn't the best after that. But Resident Evil 1 was such a good game. Such a good game. Yeah, there was a lot of good games back in the day. I've been a gamer all my life, guys. Honestly, I've literally had anything from the Amiga 600, Amiga 1200. I mean, some guys won't even know what this is. Amiga 600, Amiga 1200. I had the Atari ST, even the Master System, the Mega Drive, the Mega CD, N64, NES, SNES, Dreamcast that I've still got, PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, Xbox 360, PSP, Game Boy Color, Jaguar I had. What else have I had? Oh, I've had a lot of consoles. I've been a gamer throughout my entire life, guys. Always played games. Um, and so yeah, that's not gonna stop anytime soon. I don't care how old I am. That is not gonna stop. I'm always gonna play games. Um, but yeah, you play too many games. Maybe I don't play all of them right now. All them consoles, obviously. But Earth Wars is my main game that I play. But I do like a bit of Clash Royale. I do like it. The thing I like about Clash Royale is you pick it up, you play it, it's done. In half an hour, you can play what you like. You can grind it out. Yeah. Um, and then in terms of COD, I like it because it's a bit of fun and it's a bit more. What's the word? You need more skill involved in Earth Wars. Let's be honest, there is a lot more skill involved. So I really like that. Yeah. Matt Polish put a retro gaming section could be cool, showing the progression of gaming over the years. If you've got Netflix, there is a Netflix series that covers um it covers gaming over the years and and it's like it's the cartoons that made us, such as Transformers and He-Man and Thundercats and things like that. There's the films that made us, and then there's another one which is the games that made us, pretty much. And it talks about the gaming industry in the 80s and the 90s, and talks about the gaming industry crash because basically Atari had this computer. Yeah, I think it is the games that made us, Mike Berg. I'm pretty sure. I think it is right. Um, it talks about the Atari crash, and from what I gathered of it, Atari brought a computer out, but they weren't you. They didn't make it so that they made it so anyone could make games for that console. They weren't the sole people could make it for whatever reason, and before you knew it, people were just churning out games like there was no tomorrow, and they were like releasing games of like a week of programming and bringing it out, and they were so poor that there was like baskets upon baskets of games selling dirt cheap. And yeah, the market crashed. And it's only when they started actually releasing proper consoles that the market said to go back out again. So yeah. So yeah, worth a look. Very good series. I would really, really suggest that. It was very, very good. Talking about old, I'm trying to think about old games that I played. So, um, I started my time on the Atari and things like that, playing. I played a lot of Master System games. Alex the Kid. Uh, well, I actually found out quite recently that it's actually called Alex Kidd. There's no the in it, and I was like, yeah, there was. And I looked at the case and looked all of Google, and I was quite amazed that it's actually called Alex Kidd. Everyone calls it Alex the Kid. Um, then I went on to the likes of Double Dragon, Outrun, games like that, Enduro Racer, Striker, which is a football game. All games like that. Love them games. Lot of one-player games. Um, then went onto the likes of um, played Duck Hunt on the NES, a wrestling game that I had. I didn't play the NES much. Then I got the SNES, Golden Axe. Yes, Mike Berger, Golden Axe. Played a lot of Golden Axe. Altered Beast. Love Altered Beast. And yes, Grind Time's right. Yes, it is called High Score on the Netflix series. Thank you, Grind Time. High Score is right. Go and check it out, guys. It's really good. Other old games. I liked GoldenEye. I wasn't a big Paperboy fan or Donkey Kong. A bit prior to me that, bit early days. Streets of Rage, Laser 83. Yes, Streets of Rage. Yes. I remember going into the arcade as well and playing Teenage Mutant Turtles Hyperstone Heist, I think it was, and you can have 4 players on it, and that was like, whoa, wow, 4 players at once, and that was like incredible back then. Wasn't a big Metroid fan. No, I was very much Mario Kart. I didn't really like Mario either. I preferred Sonic, believe it or not, out of the two. But I loved Mario Kart. Killer Instinct, that was an amazing. Oh yes, Mike Berge, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Yes, those sort of games, that era of games. Oh, I played a lot of Street Fighter and a lot of Mortal Kombat. Yes, Killer Instinct was amazing though. I remember being in school playing about 15, 14 and Killer Instinct being out. And this guy was like doing a 20 button combo and just basically killed this other guy like that. And we were like, whoa, how did you do that? And he's like, yeah, this, that. Ridiculous Killer Instinct, but great. But yeah, a lot of those sort of games. Then went onto the PlayStation. Started playing games like FIFA, games like that. Command and Conquer. Oh yes, I had an old. It was on the PC I played it. Was it on PlayStation? So it was on PlayStation, but back in the day you had no internet, so you could do LAN where you could connect the two together. So you had 2 consoles and one lead and connect together, and you could play together. That was crazy. Only you could do 2 player on 2 different TVs. And I actually had a football tournament in my house, and I got everyone round, and we all played each other and had like one TV and two PlayStation, 2 TVs back to back. So basically, the 2 TVs were like that, and then we were both sat there playing FIFA at each other. Um, and yeah, that was really good. And then obviously, when the sort of Dreamcast came out, we got dial-up. So played a few Dreamcast games. What was it? Power Stone. That was a pretty good game. That was a lot. I think that's where Nintendo. Or did they copy Nintendo? What's that game now? Um, it's a Mario and other people game where it's like a platform and you can fall off the platform and you fight each other on platforms and you can die. I can't remember. Unreal Tournament. That was one of my first online games. You were right, Matt Poley. Unreal Tournament was immense. It was. Yes. Yes. Unreal Tournament. I played that a lot. I think that's what got me into playing Call of Duty was that. I'm playing Doom as well. No, Duke Nukem. Duke Nukem Online as well. That was really, really good. Um, Desert Strike. Smash, yes. Super Smash Brothers. Yes, Autobot Phil. Yes, and Matt Poley. Yes. So Power Stone was a lot like that, but you couldn't fall off. So yeah, I played a lot of Desert Strike, Jungle Strike, and Urban Strike. Yeah, those are my games. Those are my sort of era, the Jungle Strike, Desert Strike, all them sort of games. And like I said, went onto PlayStation, started playing a lot of FIFA. I think PlayStation 2, I started playing Call of Duty and got bang into Call of Duty, massively into Call of Duty. And that's when I started really playing, not to say professionally, but at a high level. So I think it's about 17, 18, and I started taking it a bit seriously and being in a proper clan and organizing battles against other clans and taking my stats seriously and getting frustrated when my stats went below a certain level. I think my KD was 2.8, and people might think, well, 2.8 on COD is alright. Don't forget, oh, I did play Search and Destroy, where you have one life. You can die straight away, and that can ruin your sort of averages. So my average was 2.8, playing a lot of Search and Destroy. And if you play Search and Destroy, you'll know that's a damn good average for Search and Destroy. And yeah, played a lot of that. I don't play it on the new COD, it's just too hard because I'm not used to it. But played a lot of Call of Duty. Italia 90, yes, as well, Matt Polar, yes, Italia 90. Wow, I'm really like reminiscing now about all these games. Um, and yeah, progressing the PlayStation right through to Xbox 360. Played a bit of Halo, quite a bit, Halo 1 and 2. But then went stuck with Call of Duty really. Metal Gear Solid. Wow, what a game. Metal Gear Solid. You know, a lot of the big names I played, basically. I was always buying games consistently. Um, I'm just trying to look now. A lot of Call of Duty games on my shelf. I've got some of the. You can see here that I mean, you can look here that I've got Call of Duty Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, FIFA 21 Cold War, Marvel game, which is my daughter's, Sonic Racing. I've even got. I've kept some. I can show you this. I've even got some PS1 games. Nightmare Creatures, Resident Evil, we talked about earlier. I've kept them. Those are original PS1 games. I've got some PS2 games there. A lot of Call of Duty, Battlefield, Marvel games, like I said, Last of Us, great series. I've always wanted to play. What's the other one that's like Last of Us? It's about a guy. I can't remember his name now. Got a similar sort of name, just a generic name. And basically it's this one guy, and I think it's about Drake, is he called? Drake? Oh, it's, someone in the chat will know. But yeah, Sensible Soccer. Oh, it was, looking back, it was so poor, but so good at the time. But yeah, Tekken. Tekken was a great game. I mean, Laser 80s put Toki. Do you mean Tekken? Because I love Tekken. Tekken was amazing. Played a lot of Tekken as well. Yeah. Hans Armors recommends Saint Seiya. Never heard of it, but I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll go back through the chat later and see. But yeah, Saint Seiya. But yeah, a lot of good games like that. But what's that Drake? What's that Drake? What's it called? That game? No, it's not Devil May Cry. I remember Devil May Cry. That was a good game. But yeah. Um, I'll have to Google it. It's really annoying me. Uncharted. Uncharted. That's one game I want to play. Monkey Island. Monkey Island. Oh my days. Yes, I played Monkey Island as well. That was absolutely incredible. Monkey Island. See, a lot of the game, like I said, I've played a lot of games in my time. Um, a lot of games. But hey, cool. How's it going? Better late than never. Right at the end. But hey. Um, but yeah. Um, is it Dante? I don't know. I thought it was Drake. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've never played Uncharted. I'd like to play it though, because someone said it's a pretty good game and good story. But yeah, they're making an Uncharted movie. Oh, I should definitely play the game then, so I know what the movie's gonna. What's happening in the movie? Spoiler. But yeah, I think we'll. Yeah, I don't think. I'm not too sure. I might do a retro gaming stream if I can. Maybe show some more games. I've got a PS3. I've got a PS3 still. I've got a PlayStation still. I've got my PS1 still. I've still got that. I've still got my Dreamcast. I've still got a PSP. My PSP is modded so that I can play NES and SNES and some PS1 games as well. So yeah, the PSP is pretty good. I'm not sure how I'd connect that to the internet and to my PC. Not a clue. I'd have to look into it, but yeah, that'd be interesting to go back and look at some of the old games and just play them and just have my just chat about the old games. But yeah, that's maybe a bit of a side project maybe. But yeah, I'd have to work that one out. I don't think there's a lot of things out there with the old games, isn't there? It's quite hard to get hold of. But yeah, but that's for another day. But yeah, thank you for everyone for tuning in. And just before we go, yes, Parasite Eve and Resident Evil. Yes, love Parasite Eve. Probably more than Resident Evil, maybe. Controversial, but yeah. But yeah, thanks to everyone for tuning in, guys. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, hit a like on the video. I hope I've helped you in some way in terms of combats and what combats to use in your team. And don't forget, if you've got any more questions, you can always hit me up in Discord. And don't forget, if you have won a code, don't forget to hit me up on Discord. I will be giving those codes out probably tomorrow now, because it's late at night for me on a Wednesday. I'm working tomorrow, so I'll probably get the codes out tomorrow. So don't worry, guys. If you don't hear from me anytime soon, it'll be tomorrow, but we will get the codes out. So yes, thank you for everyone tuning in. Don't forget, if you want to take part in the chat, then you need to be subscribed. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to see NJ Hoist later tonight in about 2 hours time, an hour and a half time. Don't forget to see Grind Time every Sunday, and don't forget to support your content creators by subscribing. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate everyone tuning in, and peace out, guys.